Okay, hi everybody. I am just finishing getting all set up, so give me just a sec, but I will be right with y'all, okay? Okay, so, sorry it took me an extra sec there, y'all. I realized I forgot my, my camera outside of the tent, so I just had to plug that in. Okay, I just gotta tidy this ish up, but then I am ready to go. But hello! So you'll notice I have a wonderful PNG. Because y'all were confused why I sounded muffled, so I grabbed a PNG off the internet. You're welcome. Hi, chat. Okay. So, what happened here? I want to talk about this. So, I accidentally poured some of my uncured resin on the top of this. Instead of topping it with some of the cured resin, every other part of it is cured except the top. So I have two mighty sets to remake today because I forked this one up. Oopsie doopsie, Captain Eisen. It happens. It's not as bad as the one time, and I might remake all of these save for this one chocolate bar. Because I forked it up a little bit. Again, it totally happens. These are all good for me to sand though, so that will get done after. I'm gonna remake all these because they're too yellow for my taste. Like, they molded great, but, you know. I'll put that there for now. I know, the wrong carts for my respirator. Whatever will I do? But yes, actually, if you guys want to commission a set of dice, I have 4 commission slots open right now. And I will be pouring those when I'm back from Los Angeles next week. Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much. Also, my headphones are out of battery, so there might be very, very faint lo-fi in the background on my phone because I hate working without music. So I might get that going. And hopefully Twitch doesn't fucking get me. Oftentimes, if I'm pouring without like stream on, I will I'll listen to my audiobooks while I'm in here. Okay. Alright, so step 1, I'm gonna put this guy in there. This guy in there so I can clean these later. You need to get cleaned. This one can get reused today. These will go over here, out of sight. My model will still react if you want to use your points for other stuff, so I have my VTS React open. Yeah, you can see like the vast majority is cured, just not the top, and that sucks. Yeah. There are some uncured bits and that sucks. Oh well. I'm gonna go in through this mold. This is actually a good like teaching moment because a lot of y'all are interested in doing dice making. So if there is uncured resin in your molds, there's not a lot in this one. There are a couple things you can do to salvage the mold. One of those things is if there's only a small amount, isopropyl alcohol is going to be your best friend. This stuff is great. I love getting the spray bottles and I get a big bottle to refill it with. If there's just a small amount, I will spray it all inside the mold. I also use that to get like little bits out from inside because it'll stick to the cotton swab. So I'll use a cotton swab and spray the cotton swab and inside the mold, and that way I can get the excess resin out of there, right? Oh, weird that my VTS React isn't working. Let me check that real quick for you. Should be enabled. You might have tried, I think you tried the, it did work? Okay. I just didn't see it. That's really funny. It needs 24 hours to sit and harden. And you want to make sure it's in a well-ventilated place. You saw Hamilton, that's awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray this mold over. Also spray my cotton swab. We're just going to get in there and clean it out. Yeah, this is my second try for this set of Mighty Dice. And it's just because not all the resin cured on the top, because I put literally just a part resin on the top by accident because I'm a fool. So I am just going through and making sure there's nothing left in the mold. And then you take the dry end. Hi, Anna. How you doing, Squeaks? This also, you can see it's like picking up any extra red ink or anything that might have come out, so then that won't get transferred to the next set. So I'm just making sure this is all cleared out. Chilling, got stuff to remove my nails, been a time. Oh no, yeah, with that, the way you want to do that, Anna, is you want to like shave them down and then soak them. Oh, coin dimensions? Yes. I will do that after stream. Sorry about that. I don't know if you guys saw that little piece of plastic just go woo! Okay. While I'm here, I'm going to wipe down the top just to make sure it is clear because it had some uncured resin on it, so I just want to make sure. Because these are also for Gabe, so I don't want to, you know, get my friends sick with uncured resin. Because that's a bad friend thing to do. Yeah, I think I'm going to go back to just dip powder for my nails. But I'm getting some, I'm just doing press-ons for a while because my nails are fucked up. But in order to protect them, I'm thinking of gluing some press-ons on there and just being like, alright. Because another reason I like having my nails done is it stops me from like picking at them. As like an anxiety thing. So. Okay, I'm gonna let these just hang out over here and like be dry. Keep these off to the side. Starlit Siren with the raid! Welcome in, raiders! We are pouring dice. We are making Honkai Star Rail Dice today. I'm making dice based off Mighty and Aglaea. And I'm also making some inclusions for some future sets that will be done in my Scylla Aria molds, but I thought I might as well get their inserts done so that I can just pour them when I get back from Los Angeles. Animal Crossing New Horizons? Hell yeah. Okay. I'm mostly just cleaning some equipment at the moment because I was a little busy this week. I've been in the director's chair pretty much all week, which is great. I am not complaining at all. But it has taken a lot of my attention, so I haven't had a chance to like properly clean my tent. So we're doing just a little bit of tidy here. Okay. That would be crazy. We are going to be using these oversized, for the inclusions, I'm doing a liquid core set for my others, for the dice that I'm making for my other commissioner. So I'm using liquid cores, and I'll show you guys how I do that. So, with that out of the way, let me just make sure I have all my stuff in front of me. This guy needs to be cleaned. Okay, so I got this. I have to prep my molds. Alright, we're just going to start prepping some molds. Y'all have seen me do this before. So you can see a little closer what I'm doing. Hi, Tom! How you doing, friend? And I know, right? It's so good. It had to be done, because also people were getting confused why I sounded muffled, so I was like, this helps the immersion, but also makes people slightly less confused, and I'll take an all-around win. It's going good! Stick around for the whole stream, and I'll show you how you do liquid core. Right now we are making Mighty Most dice. I have 2 sets of that to make. So we are just chilling. There's a little Lord of the Rings lo-fi on in the background for me. Let me know if it's too loud for y'all and I will turn it down so that it's not bleeding in over my music that I have on for you guys. I just really struggle working without music. I just really like the bottoms to be nice and covered because it's for his armor, right? So I just want it to be like a nice base. What I might do this time around, because I feel like I learned a bit since the last set, where the bubbles were coming up pretty intensely, what I think I'm gonna do is pour just a small amount of resin in the bottom first and let it kind of find its place within the mold. This piece actually turned out really nice. Hell yeah, brother. I'm gonna let the, oh, that leafed on real nice on the tip of that. Fuck yeah, bud. I don't know if y'all can see. Yeah, the tip of that D4 looks so clean. But yeah, I'm gonna let the resin sink into the numbers a little bit more, and I think that will really help the cure, you know? Also, to everyone who's been enjoying my my jewelry, thank you so much. We literally only have the D6 left of that jewelry line. I will be making more later tonight. But they will be all shipped out tomorrow. I packaged them the same night y'all bought them. Because I'm trying to be quicker about that. I know I've been kind of slacking, but on shipments, I know my shipments have been very slow. But I've been working on that. So those will all be shipped out tomorrow. So if someone snatches the D6 tonight, it will be shipped out along with those on Monday. Remember, I have dice comms open. I will be making all the new Scylla dice molds when I get home. The week of the 15th, I will be home making the dice molds and getting all of those new commissions done. But while I'm away, I'll be setting up the Trello and notifying all of my customers so that you can all see where you are on the queue. Because I'm kind of thinking, like, I would love for dice making, VO, and directing to be my main thing. I fucking love being in here with you guys. Now that I have a proper streaming setup for dice, I'm like, this is my thing. This is absolutely my thing. I get to game with my friends on Mondays and do D&D with my Nat 19 crew. It just kind of feels good to be finding my stride. And just really figuring out what's most important to me in terms of like content creation and say I love your work and I'm new here, but I can't wait to see how the dice turn out, and also you're very talented. That's so sweet, thank you! But I'm really glad that people are enjoying all the dice content. It makes me happy. Because it's always about, it's like, find what makes you unique as a streamer. But you have to be a gamer and you have to do it XYZ way. And I'm kind of like, okay, but why? If Onigiri can make a whole, like, cooking show and be so successful in that, why can't I have a whole dice show and have that be, like, successful? And I hope it is. I hope people like it. Like, there's always so many of y'all here. And I really appreciate it. You're all so wonderful. Lets me really be that fairy of creativity and curiosity. Oh, your dice streams make me happy. Hi! How was your stream, Mel? I popped in for a little bit. I was lurking while I was directing. But I hope you had fun. I hope the art went well. Oh, thank you for the sub, Coda. Appreciate it. I love seeing all my friends in here, too. It's really great. Selling my dice at farmers markets. Yeah, I've actually been bouncing the idea around of going to, like, the Saturday market here in Texas and, like, getting booths there. Because there's markets around here that are, like, in the nerdier districts. So I'm very tempted. See you at a Ren Fair booth? I'll see how much they are, but I could definitely do one. I would probably have to enlist the help of my friends to paint the dice at least. I'd have to train up some folks. Be like, here's some test dice. We're gonna learn how to sand dice today. Chemicals that yes, inhaling resin can cause serious respiratory issues. And it can lead to lasting, like, not mental health, but it can lead to lasting health issues. Okay, that one's done. Next set. This one needs a little cleaning. Yeah, he's doing a soul link with Amma, I'm aware. This D20. This one a blank one, or is this not 19? Sorry, I'm just checking. Oh, this is a normal one. Great. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you find this relaxing. That's the vibe. That's what I'm going for. Listen, I spent so much money at Anime NYC. Like, that Treeby shrine that I posted, that's all stuff that I bought at Anime NYC for the most part. And stuff that friends gave me. I still have like a Treeby standee that I need to put up of like her light cone art. Oh, come in! Hope you had a wonderful stream. Thanks for coming in. Trying to be as precise. Dying from bulldog? Oh no, that shit's so spicy. I scarfed down a whole quesadilla before this and I regret my choices because, oh boy, I'm almost 30 and that was a lot of cheese. But God, I love cheese. And I still need to watch that video you sent me. I had just gone live, otherwise I would have watched it. Eating my tools at myself. Pretty, I saw you on TikTok, thank you! Now, do you mean IRL or my VTuber? Also, I just got my hair did, y'all. It looks awesome. Yeah, I'm obsessed. Like, I just feel so good with it, if that makes sense. It's a nice, fresh look, because I've been blonde for a while, and I like the blonde, but I was like, I need something, like, different. Also because, like, we're almost at the end of Amphorius, so this was sort of, like, a little bit of a tribute to Treeby. I'm planning to do a Treebios cosplay at a show that I'm doing next year. I don't know. I'd rather you didn't send him to the Shadow Realm. Also, he's streaming. So, while I don't mind because it's about my husband, it is generally considered rude to discuss someone else's stream in someone else's stream. It's just sort of a streamer etiquette thing to be aware of. It's like saying, like, oh, hey, so-and-so's live, I'm going to leave and go watch them. Like, that is considered incredibly rude. Or being like, hey, so-and-so's doing this right now. That's considered rather rude in the streaming world. So please refrain from talking about other streams. Yes, it's my husband. Yes, I love him. But we are both streaming at different times right now. I am like almost out of gold. This is crazy. I might have to use a different gold to finish it out. That's crazy town, unless I have more in here hiding. Let's find out. Black, red, purple, green, silver. Do I have a different gold? I swear I did. What is this one? Antique silver. The fuck? What is that color? Y'all, because I have some SAO fans in here. Oh, the antique silver is like this lightly gold. That's cool. I like that a lot. I'm gonna find a place for that. Last Shadows, I'm still so feral. If you're not watching Shadows over Velda on Fridays, you should be. It's incredible. But, gosh, I was right about this one character, and I'm like, oh, so you are jealous. You are crushing. Oh, I won't say more than that, Mel. All I'm just saying is, I think Varric's catching feels, and I'm like, hehehehe. Okay. I'm officially out of gold. Yes, Mel, you absolutely do. You always have permission to give me the play-by-play while you're watching the episodes. That's homie privilege there, bud. Okay. So I am actually, to make sure I don't pour uncured resin on my dice again, Coda, if you want to, oh wait, no, you already did send it to me. What am I saying? To make sure that I don't pour uncured resin again, I'm going to mix it in plastic cups instead, and then these will get recycled. It's a little full, but it's okay. I will pour this off once it's stirred. I'll separate it out. You have the list? Bruh, must be fucking nice, bro. I know you sent it already. Satisfying? Or what? I'm glad. Yeah, so this just takes forever. It's just mixing the resin itself. I'm gonna get this one ready to separate it. But yeah, with resin, you gotta, it's two-part, I use two-part Envirotex resin. And then you mix it equal parts in volume, and then you mix it together until it runs clear. It's dripping on my hand. It's just on my glove though, so that's fine. Okay, that's mixed enough that I can separate some off. I am sort of transferring it a little bit because this way it'll get mixed in the transfer process too. The fact that Mel couldn't even bribe you is crazy. But you lucky duck. But for me to have them would be wrong, I know. Too much of a lorehead. But the thing is, I'm the only one in the group that takes notes. I'm the only one who takes notes. So these mother truckers, they're out here being like, oh man, what was that again? I'm like, guys, please. Like, y'all need to remember-ish on your own, too. I can't be your brain all the time. I am also... Ah! Yeah, there's so much Shadows over Velda lore in my brain. I'm just like, oh, this means this, which leads to this, and that means that. Okay, cool, got it, understood. Entiendo, and I'm like, sweet. Okay, so how I'm gonna do this, does this look clear? Yeah, that's running nice and clear. So what I'm gonna do, just so it can start setting, I'm just gonna put a little bit in the bottom of these, just so that it can start working its way underneath the foil, so then there's there's less chance of air bubbles, you know what I mean? I like to do this with inclusions of any kind, because then it just gives it a little more time to set. Especially this one, because there's a lot of gold in it. But you're right, Cerberus. I'm the character with all the int, and they're like, nah, we're just gonna play into the stupid so we don't have to take notes. I'm like, damn it! Which is why I feel like I'm taking up too much of the scenes sometimes, but it's because I'm the one asking questions, and they're like, we're here for the ride. I'm like, yeah, but the ride has answers on it. The ride has lore. Okay, these guys are gonna chill for a sec. What I'm gonna do is, because I noticed there was a little bit of, like, the pigment had sunk a little too much in the previous batch. So what I'm gonna do instead is I am going to add it to a bit of resin. just so that it doesn't sink quite so much, and also so that we don't run into the issue of it being uncured on the bottom of it. That should be good. Because the nice thing about pigment is it lasts for fucking ever because you barely need any. These sets are both Mighty, and Aglaea will be the next set that we make. Okay. So I'm going to start with this guy. We're going to put a little, where's my sparkle? There it is. Because I like my dice to be really sparkly. I say this every pour sesh, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure, unless a client's like, hey, I don't want any sparkle, which, why are you coming to me? That's my whole brand. Unless a client specifically asks for no sparkle, I'm gonna have some sparkly ass dice. These over for y'all a little bit. There you go, you can see it a little better now. So I'm not filling it all the way to the top. And the reason for that is so I can cap it with some normal resin just in case there's any red on the top, just to make sure everything is cured properly. Okay. So I don't think I actually have any more toothpicks. So we're gonna have to improvise here. So what I did is I just cut a toothpick or cut a cotton swab. So we're gonna grab some on this. I'm just gonna start streaking. It looks so cool here. I'm gonna get it nice and close for you guys so you can see a little better. Just go in with like a dab, and I just streak it through. So I just want to get these really nice, clear, defined streaks. Oh, don't worry, there are 5D dice coming along. Those will be up for 3.7 for sure. Or 3.6 rather. I just gotta catch up on all my comms. I generally think I could do dice making for a living. I just need to do like farmers markets and stuff. Because I genuinely really love doing this stuff. Makes me happy. Just a teeny more. Extend this out a little bit. Okay. Scoot it over a little bit. Add just a bit more to these. There we go. It would be cool to do like runes like this. Like to do my best to do like Celtic runes. Okay. Sorry if I'm quiet, I am just focused on making sure these look alright. Perfect glass to use for an Argentum cosplay? Hell yeah, please do. I got really perfect ones just off Amazon. I don't know where they are right now. But okay. The D6 is my favorite to show the streaking in. Okay. I could get lost doing this forever. It's actually really meditative. Okay. I think that's good enough. So now we are going to top these boys. And I'm going sort of around the edges first, so I don't disturb these symbols too much that I got in there. Without, it's so you don't go all the way on top of them right away. So they're sort of preserved in there. the best way to do it when you have designs in your pour, or if you're doing Petri dice, I find I call it sort of capping them, because then it makes sure that the middle just stays as undisturbed as possible. But it gets all along the sides. And then I just do a light extra little layer over the top to make sure there won't be any voids. I'll put that to the side before I hit it with a heat gun. Okay. This is looking so good so far. I'm very happy with these. This is going to be such a great set. Hit it with a little more on top before the heat gun. Heat gun time. Okay. So take excess resin, slap it on a Slim Jim, put it on here. Okay. And yes, I did say slap it on the Slim Jim to get it going. Okay. Okay. First mighty set is done. That's this guy. I grabbed the wrong lid and I was like, wait. That's incorrect. If you don't have a PC, how can you VTube? Unfortunately, you can't. Well, you can. There are different methods. You'll have to look it up. And if you haven't streamed before, I would say try streaming with just a PNG before you, or webcam before you VTube. Because VTubing, I'll tell you right up front, it is very expensive. There are a ton, I can't really give you a tutorial right now, man, but there are tons of tutorials on YouTube. If it's something you're wanting to do, look it up. That's how I learned dice making. That's how I found some of my voiceover teachers, is I Googled it. Just Google. Well, then the reason you want to do it, then take my advice. YouTube has tons of great options to do some research. There are forums. There's a ton of resources. I need to... My hands are sweaty. Okay. My hands are so like sweaty that it's hard to get my fucking gloves on. God. Hello. This looked like a crime scene. The only crime is that you just found us today. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm Scylla Aria. I'm a voiceover actor gone VTuber. I'm also a professional dice maker. And today we are making dice based on Honkai Star Rail, because I am one of the voice actors from Honkai Star Rail. I play Treeby, Trian, and Treenan. So I like to use my dice making work to create art based on characters from the game. Well, that didn't work. And the basin. It's true. There we go. I am stretching. There we go. Also, tattoos. I know a lot of y'all also like these streams because you get to see my tattoos a little bit more. Okay. So, we're going to make some more resin for the Aglaea set. Not quite as much. A little half and half. I'm going to mix these together in the cups so that I can have the resin harden in there, which allows me to then recycle them properly. Hell yeah, Mel. Thank you. That's so sweet. Also, Mel, you should know the piece I had you do for Sayu. Of Sayu and I, that's his phone wallpaper. Yeah, like, you know how, like, you have your lock screen, but his phone wallpaper is the piece that I got him of us. He made it his background immediately. It was really cute. Okay, I transfer this into here. these aside. So, we need the Aglaea inclusions. Where are they? Specific Aggie ones. There we go. So we have the laurel petals, and I just put a few of these in there. So just a small amount. Yeah, I love that piece so much. It's so cute. It's just really gentle, you know? And that's stuff that I love in my art is like, I just love really gentle art, especially when it's romance. I love softness. Okay, so here's this guy here. So the trick with this one is going to be putting a little bit in each. And then hitting with this stuff. This is angel hair fiber. So first I gotta change my lo-fi beats. Oh, that's super cute, Mel. They look good as a ginger. So I grab just a bunch of this. I make it into sort of like a little ball. Maybe not so tight. To represent her golden threads. It might not look like I'm going to need this much, but then it shows up way more. And the reason I only did half, like half filled, is so that, again, like the Mighty Dice, the bottom can start getting the bubbles out. And I also noticed that the thread spreads a little better when I do it this way. And that way the laurels will sit in it, like in amongst it. There's this one that is just stuck to my hand that does not want to let go. So we'll do it this way. So I do it very slow, one at a time. What do you mean art where art? I'm doing art. This is art. I'm gonna let that sit. Next round. Okay. This will go this guy. Because also when I pour the resin on top of it, it tends to like spread out the fibers. I love angel hair fiber so much. It looks so cool in dice. As a backup for these, I actually bought like gold, like actual gold thread for like jewelry making. And I might try a set with that, but I just love how delicate the angel hair comes out, you know? Because it's also so luminescent. Aw, thanks, Tom. I love them. I sent off a set of them yesterday. So I have some more to make. I suppose I actually could make some cast dice today, assuming these go well enough, because those do not take that long to make. Cast dice are pretty easy, actually. I'm going a little harder with the fibers than I did in my initial set. But I did feel when I did these ones the first time, the fibers weren't as visible as I would have liked. Yeah, this did not work the way I wanted it to. I just really want them as visible as possible because they're so important to her character, you know? It's like I'm making little nests of hair. Guys, am I just like a little hamster? Is that what I am? Am I just a little hamster guy? Am I just a little guy? A little birthday boy? Also, remember, y'all, it is September. I don't know why birthday boy reminded me of that, but it is September, so you get a, I think it's 35% off subscriptions. And that's huge. But if you don't want to pay for Twitch donations, also supporting me on Ko-fi helps a lot too. I am at a point in my career where I am entirely freelance and I'm trying to make dice making my one of my full-time careers outside of the other stuff that I do, but I love dice making so much, I would love if this was more full-time. I specifically bought like a wrist exerciser so that I could do this more long-term. I want this to go in there, but it seems like it just wants to hang out outside. Yeah. So, take a little bit of this. Yeah, doing it this way lets the laurels sit on top of that fiber a bit more, which is what I like. That's what I want, for them to be more visible. every time I make a set, I'm trying to come up with ways to improve how I do the pour. Because there are so many ways. From start to finish, if I am working non-stop, like if I had all the time in the world and I didn't have the extra jobs that I did, it's 72 hours for full cure time, so that's 3 days, to fully cure a set. And then after it's fully cured, the sanding can take a few hours, not including breaks. So I'd say sanding can take up to 6 hours, depending how you're doing it, how precise you're being, if there's any issues. And then painting, I usually give myself 2 hours approximately is how long it takes, depending on the complexity of the paint job. I tend to be, again, with all of my stuff, very precise, very specific. Definitely not demure. You see my workspace. So I'd say about a week. I'd say give yourself a week to finish a set. I'm trying to be better about that, which is why I'm pouring dice every day. I am tomorrow I'm going to be pulling dice that are fully cured out of the pressure pot, demolding them, putting them in my dice little container, bringing them to California and finishing them while I'm there. Between sessions and stuff. Because I'm out there working for a week, I'm like, well, I might as well bring work with me. I can't stream, so I gotta bring my other work. Okay. So this guy's done. So I'm gonna cap the top. Good art lesson? I'm glad. For a while, when I was growing up, I was actually training to be like a teacher's aide. Like, not a full-blown teacher. I didn't trust myself with that, but I love working with kids. And I was like, what if I'm a TA? So I was actually going to train to be a teacher's aide. But then acting worked out. So now we're here. You're taking art? Hell yeah. Or you like taking art. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, let's go on there. Friday Neko Charms would be really cute. Listen, I'm a Friday shipper. I just can't, officially say that anything's like canon, but I can ship stuff. Okay, let's check the cure on some. Starting to warm up, so yeah, but it's not syrupy yet. So I have time to make one more set. So we're going to make that Castorus set that's actually due to be made. So that gets it out of the way. Also gives me a chance to put music on again. Okay, there we go. Okay. I was leaning down so I could cool my hand down. So I can get into the gloves. Okay. This guy. There. Okay. So, get some more resin made. Last set of the day. A little more resin. Okay. Get this ish done. You're welcome for your 5-day love. I'm not sorry. I'm only hitting it with a little bit of heat because it's in a plastic cup and these cups will just deform. Hello, Earth Merlin. How are you doing? Or Earth 2 Merlin, rather. Okay. So last one for the day. There, there's a luminescent. There we go. Okay, that's gonna sit there. I'm actually gonna put some of this aside. I was just using it to wipe up the excess resin. Learning how to crochet? Hell yeah! I've thought about it, but I was like, I have enough hobbies. Trying to open this without spilling all of the blue fleas. gonna have to take one of these off. There we go. Okay. I got a little bit of excess resin on my hand, so I'm just getting it off. That's the last thing I want, is any excess resin curing on my hand, because that is terrifying and painful, and I've had it happen. Resin flash curing on your skin is so fucking painful. That's a chemical burn. Haha. Be careful, y'all. Okay, so how I do the Casterus set is I just do little bits at a time. And, you know, you find things in the dice that aren't supposed to be in there. Just do little bits at a time. And what this does is it helps create little windows for the butterflies to live in the set. You don't want to do quite half, just like a little less than a quarter. And then take this. This is my Just Resin Lavender Pigment Paste. And this is how I will get that really beautiful purple. You can see the paste has been chilling on its side for a bit, so I'm going to have to kind of work it back together a bit. And this is normal, it happens, you see that like red, almost oil? I just gotta mix that back in. My main team in Honkai Star Rail right now, well, Treeby's usually on my main team, because she's E6S5, so I'd be a fool. But, I would say Jingyuan, Sunday, Treeby, and Aventurine. If I'm running my Aglaea team, which is the same except for Aglaea swapped out with Jingyuan and Huahua instead. I also have Mighty, like a good Mighty team. I've been running Herda a lot, like the Herda. So it's been a lot of the Herda, Anaxa, Treeby, and Aventurine, because all three characters are really good for building up Herda's stacks for her ult. I'm trying to build teams. I'm trying to build my Robin better, because right now, all of my teams like require Treeby to be like really, really high performing, so I'm working on a dot team. Okay. So now this gets mixed in here. And my dot team right now is Kafka, High Ceilings, Sampo, and usually I just have Aventurine. Aventurine or Huahua. It depends what I'm running and when. Like if I'm doing like the challenge content where I need multiple teams, it depends where I balance it. Okay, that's mixed. So now it is Boofly time. And I've learned that the blue butterflies stick out really nicely. They stick out really nicely in contrast to the purple topper. But I'm gonna do this guy. But I also want to get some of these. Yellow guy here. This blue guy. I love just placing these. It's very, again, this is very relaxing for me. Because I'll be real, I've had a bit of a stressful week, stressful day. My brain's not been in the best place. So honestly, I wasn't sure if I was going to stream today, if I'm going to be so real with y'all. I wasn't feeling it. I was just like, oh man, I'm having like adult worries, you know? It's like, am I doing enough in life? Am I making enough money? Blah, blah, blah. And you know, the state of the world doesn't help at all. But I was like, well, I have dice to make. And that's an excuse to stream. And those are always very relaxing streams. So, and I know people like watching them. So we're not even going to look at how many people are there. We're just going to sit, we're going to craft, and we're just going to talk to our people. And this has been, honestly, so good for me today. I've really needed this. So thank you guys for being here. Okay, so we're going to top these guys. Look how fucking beautiful that is. And you guys have been so wonderfully excited and supportive of these streams. And it makes me really excited to do more. And I'm capping these kind of like this to give the purple a chance to like drip down into it without completely covering it up. So just like a little bit of weight at a time. I think tonight, because it's so beautiful out, I think I'm going to take Ryuji for a walk after this. go walk to Bubbers, get some chores done, and then sit down and finish my friend Talon's dice. Yep, he ordered Argenti dice. Okay. These are almost done. Maybe next time I'll do like a floral set of Castorus dice, like with the flowers and butterflies. It's just so easy to do it with just butterflies because then I'm not worried about them like breaking down the flowers too much. But a floral cast set would be so pretty. Okay, some confetti glitter. Woo, that'd be pretty. I have this stuff that it looks like Beetlejuice, and I really want to make a Beetlejuice set for Halloween. And I'm pretty sure Alex Brightman is with the same agency as us for like cons, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I could give Alex a Beetlejuice set, but I don't know if he's into D&D. I do want to make the Baldur's Gate 3 cast some dice because they're with the same convention agency as I am, so I think that would be really fun. Okay. I know, rip Joanne's fabric. Okay, these have got to go in because those are starting to cure on me. So these have got to go in now. But I'm glad I was able to get another set done because that gets me a lot more ahead than I expected to be today, which is great. I expected to only do 3 sets, so getting 4 done is huge. I think I had some extra resin that got through my suit, so I might have to go as soon as these are in, so I can go get cleaned off. Yeah, I think some got on my arm, and I don't want it to cure on me, so I'm gonna have to go shower. Yeah, so that it doesn't start like fully curing, I put some isopropyl alcohol on it so that it will inhibit it. Okay, so I'm leaning down next to all the shit. Okay, one more. Okay. Okay. Alright, my loves, that's it. We are done. 2 hours, 3 sets. That's pretty good if you ask me. Okay, so let's get us rated out. Let's see who's live. So you still going? So we're gonna go raid my husband. Okay, let's get in there, y'all. Alright, go see Schnookums raid with the Casey's. Hit them with a Schnookums raid. Y'all know what to do. I will see you all when I am back from Los Angeles. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!